Hello and welcome to a quick yoga for digestion. This is perfect to do if you feel you need to jumpstart your digestion. So we'll start on hands and knees and we'll arch and round our spine, coming through cat-cow. As you inhale, you arch your back and look up towards the sky. And as you exhale, you round your back, pulling your belly button in towards your spine. That gentle contraction where you pull your belly button in on the round is perfect to kickstart your digestion. You let your breath carry you from arch to round, and then take your hands out towards the top of the mat and drop your hips, coming into a hanging cobra. Your knees can stay on the mat, or you can press into the tops of your feet and lift your knees. Feel free to stretch out through the neck here if you would like, but not necessary. We'll now come back into extended puppy pose. So hands come out in front of you and you start to melt your chest, your sternum area down to the mat. Now you have the option of looking straight down at your mat or gazing forward. Breathe into your lower back. This is really good for your spine, for all of your digestive organs. Breathe length and space into your body. And with each exhale, relax. We'll start to come back up to hands and knees, nice and slow. And we'll drop the hips down again for hanging cobra. Again, knees can be on the ground or slightly lifted, pressing into the tops of your feet. We'll take ourselves back into a wide child's pose. Knees come out wide, and your forehead melts down towards the mat. Breathing deep into your belly. Try to let something go on your exhale. We'll walk our hands over towards the left side of the mat, letting our head rest down on the mat. Getting a stretch through the right side body. Just allowing ourselves to be. Notice if any judgmental thoughts come up and come back to your breath. Walk your hands to the right side of the mat. Let your head rest down and continue with your deep belly breathing, allowing your body to melt down and to let go. You'll walk your hands back into the center of your mat and come back up to hands and knees. We'll come to a seated position and we'll take the left leg and cross it over the right. You'll take your right arm up and you can either place your elbow on your left knee or you can just tuck it into the nook of your right arm. You'll look over that left shoulder behind you, keeping a nice straight spine. Sending your breath deep into your lower belly, your lower back. And just tapping into that sensation of digestion that's happening. Twists are so good for us to help digest and move things along. We'll switch legs, taking the right leg across the body, and you have the same option with your arms, either wrapping your knee into the nook of your elbow or placing your elbow on the outside of the knee. Elbow on the outside of the knee is a bit of an advanced modification. Looking over your back shoulder. Keep your spine nice and straight. We'll untwist, coming into a seated pose. Inhale, take your right arm up over your body. You can look up at your hand if that's okay for your neck. Breathe into the right side of your body. And come back up through center, taking the left arm up and arcing it over your head, looking up towards your hand, if that's okay for your neck. Really anchor into your hips, root, and come back up. We'll now come into gate pose. So your left knee comes down, and your right arm arcs over your head. So you look up at your arm and really feel the length, the extension from fingertips all the way down to your toes. Come back through center and do the same thing on the opposite side. Left arm arcs over your head. Take a nice deep breath. Feel the breath wash over the left side of your body, specifically your obliques. And come back down through center. Hands can come out in front of you and help you into Yogi squat, Malasana. Your knees are wide and your hands are in a prayer position near your heart. Your elbows press outwardly near your knees. And if you need to support yourself, that's fine. You can have your hands down in front of you on the floor. I don't want anybody falling over here. But if you do, get back up nice and slow. And now we'll guide ourselves down onto the mat, centering ourselves on the mat. We'll roll down intentionally, pulling the belly in. Knees come in towards the chest. Rolling out the lower back. So making small circles in one direction, hugging your knees into the chest. Massaging out the lower back. And then reversing. We'll come to take happy baby pose, so grabbing onto the insides of your feet, or the outsides of your feet, holding on to the soles of your feet, rocking from side to side, massaging out the lower back. And we'll come to twist, so knees come over towards the left. Left hand comes onto the top of the top knee, which is the right knee. Your other arm, your right arm, can be in a goalpost shape or just flush against the mat. Looking over the right shoulder. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, relax, and let your knees be heavy. Your knees will come back up through center, and they'll drop over to the opposite side, looking over the left arm, making sure your shoulder is flush to the mat. And breathe deeply into the lower belly. As you exhale, release any shame or guilt that might be present within you. Anything that you need to let go, let it go, whether that's through a sigh or just through an intention. Let it go. Your knees will come back up through center. And you'll plant your feet. If you just ate a big meal, I recommend not lifting your hips. But if you feel pretty good about this, that you're not overly full, go ahead and lift your hips up towards the sky. And start to make a slow circular motion in one direction. And when you complete that circle, you'll take it nice and slow in the opposite direction. You'll bring the soles of your feet to touch, knees splay out towards the sides of your mat. You can place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, or both hands on your belly, or both hands by your side. If your hands are on your belly, feel the warmth of your hands. Feel the warmth of your hands radiate down to your digestive organs, stimulating them and trusting that your body will digest the way it's meant to, and that it will use the food that you've consumed as energy and fuel. You can keep your hands here or let them relax down by your sides, coming into Savasana, straightening out your legs, letting go of your attention to your breathing, letting yourself be heavy against the mat. If your mind starts to wander, remind yourself that this is the only place you need to be right now. We'll start to bring some movement back into the body, and rolling onto one side, slowly make your way back up to a seated position. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Exhale, bring them down to your heart. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead once again, and draw your hands slowly down through your heart center, through your belly center. The belly is the center of our power, the center of our emotions. It controls so much, and it is so wise. Send yourself and your belly some love, and I look forward to practicing with you again. Make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date with all of my videos. Thank you so much.